it's about, what is our vision, for Tacoma when we're talking about how are we creating a place where manufacturing and advanced manufacturing, has a future here in the South Sound. What does that look like? How are we, working with our partners to, co-create that vision together?
We're always concerned about maintaining and growing our local businesses. It takes, a lot more energy to keep businesses than it does to recruit businesses. Obviously, with a company like this that's been around in Tacoma for 90 years, that's an extraordinarily long tenure for any organization. But I think the moving forward part of what's important to remember is that we've been proactively working on strategies for economic development around our manufacturing, industrial, and maritime uses in the Tide Flats and in South Tacoma and broader Pierce County. And there's, this is all tied into a broader state initiative to double manufacturing over the next decade. We certainly think that there's a huge opportunity in Tacoma and Pierce County to take on a lion's share of that opportunity. There's federal and state dollars that come with that. So, that combined with the city of Tacoma adopting its new green economic strategy, which identified manufacturing as one of the strong candidates for accessible living wage jobs in Tacoma as a part of that initiative, and recognizing that the future of manufacturing is green. Even with WestRock, they're one of the largest recyclers, recycling a Tacoma's worth of cardboard every month. And so just kind of keeping in mind that obviously we are well aware of, history in Tacoma, but we are more than ever really planning for the future. And I think the timing for all of this fits into those broader strategies. And we've really done a good job, I think, of mobilizing our workforce resources, working with Workforce Central and others to help maintain as much capacity as we can with those WestRock employees, both here in Tacoma and Pierce County, as well as in Western Washington.
Right. I appreciate that. I think, again, the only constant is change, right? So we know our economy is dynamic. We know things are changing. How are we able to take the challenge of the closure and turn it into an opportunity?
They're by far our largest customer by volume and revenue. Okay, so they are a large customer. So they currently use about 16 million gallons of water a day, which is about 31% of our average day demand throughout the entire year. So if you took an average day for us, it's in the low 50s, they use 16 million a day, pretty much every day. So they're a large component of our system from a volume perspective. Also, they are by far our largest revenue producer and customer as well. So they produce about $7.3-ish million per year in revenue. So there's obviously a clear financial impact to their departure. And then also things that people may not think about, but when you have a water system, it's sort of like, a lot of things. It's not like a lot of things. That's what makes it hard to describe. You can't change that system very easily or very quickly or very inexpensively. So like we have committed, resources, pipes, large pipes to serve that large customer for many, many decades. And so now when they go away, we're left with a lot of pipe that's really too big for the system, and it's oversized. That presents problems. Like, if you have water that sits too long, it's not good. So the fact that they were using a lot of water, it kept that water moving through the system and kept all the water fresh. Now that that's going to go away, we're putting that water into that same piping system, but now we've got to help induce some turnover that's not going to be there anymore. So there's some additional things we're going to have to do on the operations side to really adjust to our operational, reality now that they're not here to pull that large demand in that part of our systems.